Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Elder Mike here, just with a very short video for you. But definitely stay tuned. Watch this whole video because we've got some resources for you at the end that are really going to strengthen you and fortify you for your walk, for those great plans that you have. So this video today is a little different than a lot of my videos. This is for my dreamers and my doers out there. If you've always got a dream, if you know God's giving you great things to do, but it just doesn't seem to be, you're having trouble getting started, getting it moving, getting the momentum going, this video is going to help you. If you're a doer and you get an idea and you just hop out there and you start running and you're doing it, but you find you're always, two steps forward, one step back, it's hit, it's missed, it's chaotic, it's draining. This is also the video for you, for my dreamers and my doers. We are going to talk about goal setting guides, but we're not even going to stop at goal setting guides because that's not far enough. We are looking at goal achieving, not just goal setting. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And we're going to jump in. We're going to start off with something that's very familiar for anybody who has worked in the corporate world for any period of time. You're probably aware of what they call SMART goals, right? SMART goals are goals that have these specific criteria that make the goal more achievable, that starts you on a stronger path to achieving that goal. So when we're talking about setting goals, one of the things is they say it's got to be specific, right? So if you've got a goal, I want to have better relationships. Okay, not specific enough, right? Why do you want the better relationships? Well, you know what? I want people with similar values to me that can pour into my life and I can pour into theirs. Okay, now so our goal becomes not just better relationships, but I want a closer relationship. I want to form a closer relationship with Jack and with Diane, and I want more consistent communication in that relationship and where we can go and have some deeper conversations, right? So see, that's a specific goal. We've got to have specificity in our goals. The second one, the M, is measurable, right? We've got to know, how am I going to know if I meet my goal, right? I've got a goal. Do I know if I met it? Do I not know if I met it? That measurable lets us know when we meet our goal. Now, often we think of measurable as it's got to be like a number. It's got to be quantitative. I want, X number of new customers for my business. I want X number of dollars in the bank. But it can be qualitative as well. Your goal, the measurement of your goal might be, I'm sleeping better at night. I've got more peace in my life, right? I'm going out and spending more time with friends. These are measurable activities. It doesn't have to be a number. It can be a quality of life that you can measure to see if you've met that goal, but it's got to be measurable. You got to know if you attain your goal. It's got to be applicable. Our goals have to be applicable. How does this goal fit into my overall objective of my life? How does this fit into my life, and how is this going to improve my life? Why is incredibly powerful in goal setting. If you don't know your why for setting a goal, chances are you're not going to hit that goal. How does it vary? So if I got, my goal is to spend more time at home, is that promotion that I'm setting a goal to get, is that really fit in with my why, what I want for my life? The R in SMART is realistic, right? It's got to be, I always say, you want it to be a stretch, but you want it to be achievable. We don't want to be, out there, just hitting layups all day long, but sooner or later, the defense is going to catch on and start blocking those back in our face, right? But by the same token, we don't want to be out there chucking up full court shots all day long either, right? We want a goal that is achievable, but it's also a stretch for us. It shouldn't be super easy, but it's got to be something that we can reach. Like, I just started a coaching business. Is my goal for my revenue for the first year going to be $1 million? No, it's not. But you know what? It's not going to be $500 either. So it's got to be achievable be realistic for us to be able to achieve the goal. And the last thing is time bound. And I'm thinking about time bound. I don't know if anybody remembers the movie When Harry Met Sally. It had, but there's these two friends that kind of keep coming back and forth into each other's life, and they meet up again later, and maybe in their 30s, and they're sitting there at a diner, and the woman's all upset, and she goes, it was Meg Ryan, and she's going, I'm gonna be 40. And the guy says, when? She goes, someday, right? So when somebody asks us, well, when do you want to have this goal achieved? Our answer should not be someday. No, we've got to have time. We got to set time limits on these things. When we're setting a goal, have a time when that will be completed. So that's the SMART portion. That's something that I think a lot of people are very familiar with. If you're not, this is a great nugget. Keep the notes on this and start making your goals SMART goals. But see, what did I say? We're not just stopping at making the goals here today. We're here to help you achieve the goals. And there are two things that I think are essential to actually achieving the goal once you set it. Number one is write it down. In fact, even in Habakkuk, it tells us, write down the vision, write it on a tablet and make it plain so those that read it can run with it. It might be delayed, but it will come to pass. But you got to what? Write it down. And for this, I'm just going to give you a couple of statistics on this that blew my mind when I realized this. If you just think about doing something, you've got about a 1% chance of actually completing that task. 1 in 100 that you'll actually do it. Now, if you complete the task and you actually speak to yourself about it and you think about it and you ponder on it, you've got about a 15% chance. Wow, that's great, right? That's a 1,500% increase on our probability, but it's still only 15%. Now, if you speak to yourself about it, if you ponder it and dwell on it, but you also write it down, it jumps to about 40%. So now you're seeing as the more detailed you get in it, the more you start writing it down and making it real on paper, ink shrinks fear. The more you write it down and plan it, the higher these percentages go. So you're at 40% if you just speak it and you just write it down. And then it jumps up to a probability of completing a task that you write down with a specific plan. So if you have, all right, here's my goal, and then you put a plan to it. Here are step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3, here's step 4. Now you jump from about 40% chance of completing the task to about a 60 to 70% chance. So finally, here we are. If we write it down in detail, we're jumping up to about a 60 to 70% chance of completing that task. Now, here's the thing. So that's step 1. After you've made your SMART goal, write it down and write it down in detail to improve your chances of actually seeing it through to the end. And then the last one is find an accountability partner. Here is where it really makes a difference for you. And the Bible tells us what it says: iron sharpens iron. Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron. Our probability of meeting that goal that we write down in detail and then we share it with an accountability partner jumps up to 95%. To 9.5 out of every 10 goals that you set, you are going to complete those goals statistically if you write it down in detail and share it with an accountability partner. Just make sure you choose the right accountability partner. Don't choose negative Nelly for your accountability partner. Choose someone who's positive, who's going to encourage you, and who's going to hold you accountable for it. So this is how we get things done, by setting a goal, planning it out, and doing it. So I believe this is a great resource for you. This has just been a short little video, but I have actually created a goal setting sheet that I have free as a resource for you. If you've got some goals that you're setting that are real important to you, I would encourage you, go to abundantlifeflows.com/resources, and you can download this goal setting sheet there. Or there's a link in the description of the video. Go there and download this goal setting sheet. This is a great resource for you to be able to meet the goals that you have, those important things God has for you to do. Get it done and start here. God bless you and have a great, great day. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I truly appreciate it. And if this really blessed you, I just want to encourage you as well to go to abundantlifeflows.com. You can learn a little bit more about what we do there. And while you're there, at the bottom of the homepage, subscribe to the site as well, because when you do that, we'll make sure that we send you out our Monday morning encouragement to start your week off right. And also, as these additional resources come available that can help you on your walk to abundant life, we'll make sure that you know about it first. God bless you. Have a great day, and never forget that Jesus loves you, and so do we.